Good afternoon, Suidlanders. How are you? We hope that all is well. I want to share with you something which you may not have seen because it has not been covered in the mainstream media. It's a very sad thing. This was reported on Israel 365 News, so you can go and have a look for it yourself. You'll find it quite easily, I'm sure. It was written by Adam Eliyahu Berkovitz, and it is entitled "New Award-Winning Company Promotes Self-Cannibalism," eating yourself, resurrecting the self-eating serpent god of ancient Egypt. Now, this is a terrible, terrible thing, and I'm in two minds about even reporting it, sharing it with you. It's just so sad and disgusting. And I've taken the decision to make a video about it because some people seem blissfully unaware of the extent of the madness prevailing in the world today. Some people, it seems, people we love, people about whom we care, for whom we care, people whom we wish to protect, seem somehow to think that, well, there might be some things wrong, but it's not all that bad. When in fact, this is merely one example of the many with which you are probably familiar as Suidlanders, of absolute perversity being treated as normalcy in the year 2020, on the eve of the year 2021. And I would go so far as to say that it seems pretty clear that the year 2021 is going to be far more severe than the year 2020. There's so much evidence, there are so many signs that things occurring now, certain things occurring now, must naturally develop or progress or evolve or mature over the next few months. You know, it's a bit like an egg, a chicken's egg, falling from your hand to the floor. You might, in a split second, feel as if you've lost something as the egg slipped from your grasp. But you must also recognize that it's going to get worse. The egg is going to fall and or collide with the ground and break and, you know, become dirty, irrecoverable, seep into the soil or whatever. And so too, we can talk about many different things that we've witnessed this year, many terrible things. But we must recognize that many of those things, by their very nature, can only get worse over the next period, the forthcoming period. Let's call it, loosely speaking, the next year. I'm speaking to you from just about mid-December of 2020. So, yeah, unfortunately, we have to discuss many terrible, terrible things. Let's continue with this article. A startup company, a new company, is adapting the technology that lies behind lab-grown meat. Many of you will be aware that laboratories are now mastering the ability to produce meat in a laboratory rather than in a living animal. So a startup is adapting that technology behind lab-grown meat to produce a do-it-yourself kit. Gee, Lord. For growing meat from your own cells in order to dine on them. The Beasley Designs of the Year Awards which are organized by London's Design Museum, featured many creative, oopsie, let's get rid of this, excuse me. The Beazley Designs of the Year Awards, organized by London's Design Museum, featured many creative designs, but one stood out. Scientists and designers collaborated on conceptualizing a kit for culturing cells at home. The display featured bite-sized pieces of lab-grown meat. The cells taken from the inside of the cheek and fed serum derived from expired donated blood. Okay, that's slightly poor English there, but you get the picture. The cells were taken from the inside of somebody's cheek and they were fed a serum derived from donated blood. Expired donated blood. The creators, scientist Andrew Pelling, designer Grace Knight, and artist and researcher Orkan Telhan were motivated by their belief that despite being harvested without killing any animals, lab-grown meat still represents a threat to farm animals. In other words, we shouldn't be eating lab-grown meat from animal sources. If we're going to eat lab-grown meat, it should be from human beings. And they give a reason here. They go on to explain how culturing meat in a lab, growing meat in a lab, relies on fetal bovine serum. So a serum made from the fetuses of cows. And that's a bad thing. Well, of course it's a bad thing. But that in their minds, it being a bad thing, it is better that we cannibalize ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to share this stuff with you. I am very, very, very sorry. Surely, if we're not in the end times, then I don't know. This causes me to think of the book about which I've told you in the past, written by the author, oh dear me, his name escapes me now, but it's called Revisiting Revelation, in which the author claims that as judged by the chronology of the Bible, that we are 2 pages from the end of the Bible, that we're not approaching the dramatic events of the book of Revelation, but that it's almost over. I mean, how much worse can things get? Oi, 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 Lord, please, though we don't deserve it, please protect us and at least protect our children, Father. Amen. Thank you everybody for watching. Please share this video. There must be somebody out there who will profit by learning this stuff to which they've not been exposed. Somebody whom you love, excuse me. Somebody important. Somebody whose soul is worth saving. All right. Thank you and bye-bye.